In case you missed it, it turns out Bernie fans are waking up to the idea that CNN is total trash and they're all about just being a propaganda arm of the establishment Democratic Party. Now, the reason I'm doing this video is this is something I've been warning my friends on the left for a long time. When you cheer on the intel agencies, when you cheer on these mainstream media corporations that are just mouthpieces for the establishment deep state, like the intel agencies, it will eventually come back to bite you. Now, I've been saying several things I told you so's to people on the left, particularly Bernie supporters, for a while now, and I feel that now that you're starting to understand how corrupt CNN is, now would be a good time to remind you of this. The first thing is, like I said, the constant cheering on when CNN was pushing the Russiagate nonsense that Bernie himself was also pushing, when CNN's pushing the impeachment nonsense, which Bernie himself is also pushing. I told you that this was garbage, that they were wrong over and over again, and that inevitably they would be able to use this type of lies and propaganda against a candidate you liked on the left. So it's ironic to see Bernie supporters now railing against CNN. They had no problem when CNN was committing this trash constantly against Trump. Bernie suffered what? 1/10,000th of the abuse and the lies from CNN that Trump did. Yet Bernie and his supporters had no problem when CNN was spreading these lies about him. So that's the first thing to keep in mind. And I've been saying from the get-go that the establishment Democratic Party does not want Bernie. Even though Bernie's done everything he can to capitulate to him, he didn't raise a fuss about being cheated out of the 2016 primary. He took his second lake house and he kept his mouth shut. He went along with the narrative when he was supporting the intel agencies going after Trump. He went along with the narrative when they said that we shouldn't pull out of Syria. This is the man of peace, the man that's going to bring all the troops home, Bernie. But he said the biggest foreign policy mistake Trump committed was saying that we were going to pull out of Syria because it would lead to the genocide of the Kurds. Remember? So it's ironic now that Bernie and his supporters are starting to realize, oh, the same sort of propaganda that I was totally fine with when it went against Trump now is being used against me, and we have a problem with it. Now, aside from just saying, and I told you so, this should be a moment to come together and demand, regardless if you're on the left and the right, or right. Maybe you dislike Trump. Maybe you hate him and want to see him voted out. That's fine. We can have that discussion. But we need to fight against the establishment and the deep state first, the corrupt intel agencies and their ancestral relationship with the media, with the Democratic Party, with academia, etc. Remember, media is increasingly taking, in a more blatant fashion, disgraced members from the intel agencies to now be pundits. Your Brennans, your Clappers, your Comeys, etc. The other I told you so here was what Elizabeth Warren is. I've been saying, and you can check out my videos, look, be careful. Let me just be upfront. I'm not a progressive. I have no love for Bernie. I thought he was someone who was interesting in 2016 until I saw him sell out. But his socialist policies are terrible in my opinion. But maybe you're for that. And I was warning my friends, because I do have a lot of friends on the left. I warned them. I said, look, be careful with Elizabeth Warren. What Elizabeth Warren is the establishment version of Bernie Sanders. In other words, the establishment saw that, oh man, Bernie was getting some momentum against Hillary Clinton. Luckily, they had to intervene to sabotage him. So they need to have someone they could trust to be establishment to go along with the foreign regime change wars or the banker bailouts or whatever else the intel agencies and the establishment wants. But they could put forth the message of being a progressive like Bernie Sanders. And that's what Elizabeth Warren is. She's completely changed all of her political beliefs since 2003, and it's now the exact opposite of what she used to be. She'll flip-flop on a daily issue depending on what the establishment tells her to do and what pollsters tell her to do. So Medicare for all, but wait, no, once we have tough questions on that, maybe we're going to change it, etc. Say what you will about Bernie, but he's stuck to his guns on his policies. I happen not to like those policies. But if you do, and you think, well, hey, Elizabeth Warren's a substitute. No, she's not. She will stab you in the back the first chance she gets. That's exactly what happened to Bernie, as he's starting to see. And Bernie not fighting back in a more forceful manner is a huge mistake. If Bernie's not elected the candidate, the nominee for the Democrats. Remember, all of you out there that are Bernie supporters, the Democratic Party, the media will screw you over every chance they get. They'll pay lip service to you. They'll say, oh, yeah, we're going to beat the bad man Donald Trump. But when push comes to shove, they hate you as much as they hate Trump supporters. They don't care about you. They just want your vote. That's it. So that's what CNN amplifies. That's what Elizabeth Warren exemplifies. So, hey, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'll be doing a live stream on my friend G's channel here at 4 p.m. Eastern time. You can check that out. Remember, my schedule is going to be, I'm trying to do a regular video like this every day except Tuesday nights at 11 p.m. I'll be doing a live stream, and Fridays at noon, all times Eastern, I'll be doing a live stream. Please check out the description if you would like to support me on Patreon, PayPal, or if you'd like to follow me on BitChute or Twitter. Thanks, everyone, and have a good one.